Hi, everybody. I'm here with Jim Stratton. We are live here from Davos at the Workday booth. And of course, we're on the promenade talking about AI, which is the hottest topic here. And of course, a big topic here today is agents. I'm here with Jim Stratton. He is the CTO of Workday. And more importantly, he's in charge of making these agents happen. So Jim, what's agents and why is it so important?
Well, for us, we think about agents as role-based agents, which is different than some of the task-based agents that you've heard about already. So we think about, if you look at the business processes that happen across an enterprise, Workday delivers HR and finance software. You look at the workflows across those agents are these technologies that we build out to help an individual. Right now, they're helping individuals get the work done that they need to do. So the workflows that they already do as part of their normal day-to-day business today, agents are taking on some of that workload and allowing them to focus on higher level, more strategic work. Over time, we'll develop more skills and capabilities within those agents to the point that actually they really become full-fledged members of the entire team.
And Jim, it's really important, right? We're talking about HR processes, finance processes, procurement processes. This isn't just like, oh, here's a generic agent. These are folks, these are agents that actually do real work with real ROI.
They're doing real work, they're getting real enterprise work done, and there is real ROI. We're already seeing that in the agents that we've deployed in production today that our customers are using. They're seeing real high value ROI delivered back into the product.
Now, one of the design points that's really important is when we think about AI, we're basically taking decision trees and deciding when it actually goes to a machine, when it goes to a human, and how we collapse those decision trees over time. Why is it important to figure out when and where we insert a human and not necessarily where we automate?
Well, if you think about, for example, in the HR processes in a hiring process, that's a great example where quite a lot of that workflow of defining a role, defining a job, sourcing candidates for that role, matching their skills to that role, a lot of that work can actually be automated and has been automated already today. But when it comes down to actually having human-human interaction, interviewing individuals, making sure they're a good fit for the role, making sure the company is a good fit for them, that still really requires a human in the loop. And then really when you come down to things like making a hiring decision or making a compensation decision, those are really critical decision points that, for the time being anyway, we really strongly believe that humans should still be in the loop for that part.
And it makes sense. Sometimes you want a human there to have the human touch. Sometimes you want a human there because something's very complicated. We haven't built an algorithm against that. And sometimes you just want to make sure you have a human there for, people really want to be consoled or have a companion to be able to have that conversation.
That's right.
And there are agents out there. Well, who's going to manage it? Is it going to be humans? Is it going to be machines? Like, who's managing the agents?
Well, it's a great question. As you think about the capabilities of these agents growing and they start doing real work within an enterprise, within enterprise applications and enterprise systems, ultimately they become really your digital workforce. Like I was saying before, they're going to be full-fledged members of teams. And you really think of them as your digital workforce. You're going to have your human workforce, you have your digital workforce. Well, you're going to want to manage that in systems where you manage your workforce today. We're going to need many of the same principles around how do you manage the security of what they're allowed to do? How do you audit the work that they've done within the system? It's really going to become an imperative to actively manage those like you manage the rest of your workforce.
So that's going to be interesting. So we're going to figure out how we see these agents improving the type of work we're working on, because it's going to be, we're going to go from acceleration to augmentation to acceleration to automation to agents. There's a whole path here.
There is a path here, and then ultimately I think that's what's going to free us up to really look at transforming the way work gets done across the business operations side of things within an enterprise. I really do think this is going to unlock our ability to actually really finally truly transform how work gets done.
Okay, what's going to happen when some companies have agents and others don't?
Well, I think it's an opportunity for differentiation, really, when you can. There's two different sides to look at it, and we've heard a lot about this actually here at Davos this week. It will allow companies to be more efficient and operate more efficiently, but it also then allows you to take your investments and actually accelerate productivity output. So this is a technology that's really going to become an imperative for people to lean on to stay competitive within their own fields.
I was just at a company and they were doing a company meeting to thousands of their workers, and their CEO basically said, there's going to be a difference between the companies who have every one of their employees using AI versus the companies that don't. And you better be on the right side of history, because those who are using AI are the ones that are going to move ahead, and those that aren't are going to fall behind.
think that's absolutely true. It's true of any real technology shift, and this is the biggest one that we've seen in quite a while. You got to start using it. It's going to be an imperative.
All right, Jim, what's the most interesting thing you've heard at Davos this week?
Agents. It's all about agents.
It's all about agents, indeed. So, well, hey, we're live here at Workday's Promenade front in terms of Davos 2025. And more importantly, we've got a chance to get insights here about agents, the future of AI. And of course, this interview with Jim Stratton, CTO of Workday. Thanks a lot, everyone.